Hey everybody, it's meteorologist Brad Panovich here. It's March 1st as I'm recording this right now, and it's towards the end of the season, but March can sometimes be an amazing month if the weather can cooperate. The good news is we've had so much snow and cold this winter in areas of the southeast of the mountains that we're probably going to sustain some of this base even long after snowmaking and natural snow has come to an end. So if you can snag some of these late season deals, go ahead and do it because the weather this time of year can be amazing. So right now, here's what we're looking at. We've got one system to the south that kind of fallen apart. Another system heading up from the Gulf on Wednesday morning. Doesn't look to be doing a whole lot. I'm a little more intrigued about this weekend. I talked about this last week. Now, high pressure over New England is going to develop, and it's going to try to wedge itself down the eastern slopes of the mountains. So initially, there's more moisture to the south than to the north, but the air looks pretty cold going into this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So I tell you what, if resorts wanted to make snow, this wouldn't be a half bad weekend. You could see some of that natural snow on the backside developing. So this is something to keep an eye on for this weekend. If you thought about going skiing this first weekend in March, you might get real lucky here with some really good conditions and maybe a little bit of natural snow as that system moves out. Because what's going on is this pattern this weekend is pretty cold. Let me show you this. I'm going to stop this sometime Friday morning. We'll stop it right there. Let's back up. I'm going to pause it right there so we can kind of show you what's going on over New England, because there's a pretty cold air mass over eastern Canada, and depending on how that works, some of that might sneak down the eastern seaboard on Saturday or Sunday. So that could actually make this weekend kind of interesting depending on how the system unfolds. Now, the guidance is not showing a ton of snow right now. I'll go into the weekend. I'll stop this on Monday morning. Early, you're not seeing a whole lot. I mean, that's just really scattered stuff, but it's something. I think it tells you more about how cold the air mass will be this upcoming weekend. So when you look at the forecast, I'm not going to show a ton of natural snow here. I do think snowmaking at night is very possible here, especially early in the week. And then going into the weekend, I think it's cold enough. That is if resorts want to make snow. If want to kick off maybe another week of on again, off again, snowmaking, some grooming, might sneak out another couple weekends into the end of the season. But it's March, and we kind of are turning that corner a little bit here as we go towards the springtime. But if you get a chance, man, grab those deals. I always love skiing in March. I used to always go to Snowshoe or Winter Place or the Wisp. I try to head up there somewhere in March because the conditions are good, and you can always get a nice surprise with one of these spring cold fronts where it rains everywhere else, and at the top of the mountain you get some snow. So I think next weekend is one of those weekends we could see a little surprise depending on how the system unfolds. If you're still skiing or heading out, enjoy it, and as always, think snow until the middle of the month. I still think there's a chance we can get one more system in the southeast before we finally full on go into spring.